Brace yourself, there's a little bit of a rant coming in here. G'day cocktail lovers, I hope you've been keeping well. I hope you're ready for another cocktail that has all the flavours of fall. And this one even has an appropriate name. It's a Manhattan riff called Fallen Leaves. The Manhattan itself is a simple classic that's traditionally made with bourbon and sweet vermouth. This variation swaps out the bourbon for brandy and then splits both the base spirit and the vermouth modifier. So, to bring this together, you're going to want an apple brandy, another brandy, a sweet vermouth, and a drier vermouth. While a Manhattan certainly isn't regarded as a summer drink, by swapping out bourbon with an apple brandy being featured, it makes it a bit more mellow than a bourbon drink, and that apple flavour really evokes that autumn or fall feeling of apples and apple cider and all those great traditional tastes. By combining 2 brandies and 2 vermouths, it gives the drink a real roundness. There's some great fruity flavours in there, makes it a really nice, relaxing sipper. Here's how we make it. This is a stirred cocktail, so first up we're going to add 45 ml or 1.5 ounces of apple brandy to our mixing glass. I'm using Calvados, a French apple brandy, because it's what I have. You could use an Applejack or whatever apple brandy you have to hand. In a supporting role, we're going to add 15 ml of a grape-based brandy. I'm using another French one, an Armagnac, because again, it's what I have. You could use cognac or another brandy that you like. And in fact, talking about names like cognac, I have something that I want to share with you. Brace yourself, there's a little bit of a rant coming in here. I think it's really important to be willing and able to improvise when you're making cocktails. When you find a recipe that someone's established works, it's an excellent guideline, but you shouldn't feel bullied into using specific things that they say to use in the recipe. Names like cognac and Armagnac have a whole gravitas. It's like, oh, that's the good stuff. Whenever someone says cognac, I think most people assume, oh, this is going to be good. And of course there are very good cognacs and Armagnacs, but there are also equally good brandies made in other places around the world. Cognac doesn't by definition mean better. Cognac just means it was made in the Cognac region of France and follows specific rules. So don't feel under too much pressure when you see a recipe that calls for a very specific sort of brandy or even a brand name in one of the ingredients. Make it with what you have or what you like that is an equivalent. Sure, the drink is going to taste different, maybe a little, maybe a lot, but that doesn't mean it isn't as good. And if you enjoyed that rant, why not express your support with a thumbs up? Having had that rant, I am using a VSOP Armagnac. I'm adding 15 ml or half an ounce. After starting with 2 French brandies, I'm going to pair that with 2 Australian vermouths, starting with Unico's Yuzu vermouth. This is a fantastic sweet vermouth from South Australia, but you go with what you have, 45 ml or 1.5 ounces of sweet vermouth. The final ingredient we want to add is 15 ml or half an ounce of a dry vermouth. I'm using Maiden Eye's classic vermouth, but again, you use the vermouth you have or you like. 15 ml, half an ounce of dry vermouth. That's all the ingredients, so we add ice to our mixing glass and stir that for about 15 seconds to chill and dilute the drink. Then we strain that into a coupe, garnish it with a twist of lemon, and there we have our Fallen Leaves. I hope you enjoy this as much as I do if you make it, and if you do like this and like the idea of being encouraged to improvise, the best way to not miss the next time I upload a cocktail recipe is to subscribe to the channel. Either way, I hope you're looking after yourself, looking after the people around you as well, and until I do see you again, I'll just say cheers.